Welcome back, everyone. This is Arafel. I'm playing Dungeon Breaker, and we are about to go break some dungeons. Last time a few things happened, so we have the main story is telling us to continue exploring the Sharon ruins, where the paladin Roy is going to be also investigating, and Celsia wants us to not be outdone by him, because she kind of doesn't like the clergy and feels insulted that they went to the Duke before coming to her. But there's also this woman who had her wedding ring stolen by bandits, so we have a side quest to go try and get that back. So let's take a look in there first, see if the monsters are not too bad here. I expect to run into bandits, of course. Not sure what else. Let's just take a look around here. Looks like a pretty spacious area. And we have thieves. Unsurprising. Okay, they pretty hard. I don't think I'm really ready for this yet. Check our... the skill menu does work now because I do actually have things I can cast out of combat. So let's heal Tina up. Let's heal Alec up. Heal Carl. Yeah, they did a lot of damage. For now, let's head back to town and go continue with the main story a little more before trying this. It would be nice if they had level recommendations on the dungeons, but they do not. Although, here's something new. We have a pair of lizard armor, which we've seen them before and recruited one, but we also have this new monster here, the Akindo. That is a kind of dialectical term that is for a merchant. So I'm going to call her the peddler. And she did not deign to join the party. Here's another random scene in the mansion. We have the hero out in what looks like the courtyard. There's a boy thanking her, saying it doesn't hurt anymore, it's not even bleeding. Here's telling him, be careful not to fall. He's really impressed and wishes he could use mysterious powers too. Maybe you'll be able to. He thanks her and runs off. Girl saying, come play again. She's very pleased with herself. Hey, bonk. It's like, why did you hit me on the head? I did something good. It's like, hey, if monsters are wandering around town, they can get themselves killed. I mean, you look awfully human, but... yeah, you look awfully human, so people are going to catch on that easy, but... she apologizes, but the hero can't just ignore someone who's wounded. It's like, just try to keep it in the dungeons, okay? But she wants to do more healing. Okay, fine, here. And he cuts his finger with his sword. She asks if he's okay. It's like, just a little cut, hurry up and heal it. She does. There, better now? Apparently so. So this time, let's go to the second layer of the ruins. Actually, no, first, I'm curious if there's anything else in that room where the boss was. So the store is still here, but you'll see the room isn't filled out. It's probably just an empty room at this point, but I don't like having empty spots on my map. Yeah, looks like nothing here. Okay, this time let's actually go to the second level. We have a different look, we have different music. I do recognize this as one of Ufuka's tunes. So we can go left or right. Let's start with right. There's a chest over here. It's a full heal there. And it looks like that's all that's there. So here's a solo merchant, or peddler. Definitely weaker than in the Bandit's Lair. And she's offering to join, so here we go. New monster. Looks like there's something up there, but you can't get there from here. Okay, here's another fork. Let's keep going this way. There's a door here. Ah, here's Roy. I think here's Alec and Tina. It's one of the knights is telling someone not to wave the tools around. Be careful of, I think that's sand. Yeah, be careful. Clean up the dirt and sand, it gets in the way. So, of course, Alec is wondering what they're up to. Yeah, they can't get through this door, so they're trying to destroy it. But it's not going well. I believe she's saying they have muscle for brains. Anyway, he's saying just wait a little while. These toned bodies aren't just for look. Just for show, rather. Tsuruhashi has a pickaxe. So they're trying to break through this door. Alec's wondering if they're going to be okay. It doesn't look like they've made any progress. Pretty sure they'll get through in no time. Says let's talk a little while raiding. Like I mentioned, Alec is a monster tamer. Do you know what monster tamers are like? Do you know what it means to be a monster tamer, basically? You make packs of monsters and borrow their power. It's like, yes, that is true. But do you know where the ability to use monsters came from? That, Alec does not know. Karen hasn't told him. Once upon a time, the Wizal people, Karen mentioned them too in the night that Alec has completely forgotten about. There were these people by that name. They manipulated monsters, they created magic. They literally... Yeah, you could say that they literally controlled the world. So anyway, monster taming and sorcery are what is left of them now. Like, sorcery? You mean like in fairy tales? Bryce says, yes, most people have never actually seen sorcery. But it is said that the saints of the Nazareth religion actually fought with and subdued the sorcerers of the Wizals. Yeah, in the religion, sorcery and the Wizal people are considered quite evil. Tina asks, what does that have to do with... what does sorcery have to do with monster tamers like Alec? Monster tamers aren't evil. Bryce says, well, he doesn't think so, but there are people who think that because it came from the same source, it's also evil. Particularly when monster tamers absorb abilities from monsters and get things such as that are very similar to sorcery. He cautions Alec not to go down the road of evil. And Alec says, well, I haven't even seen sorcery to begin with. And like anyone else, I have bad thoughts now and then. Like, well, yes, that is so. And I haven't seen it myself either. So, I'm not really sure what I can say. They've apparently made it through the door. And there's another door behind it. Tina says, let's go, there's no telling how long we'll be waiting here. Alec agrees. And Roy wishes them luck. So yeah, a bit of a spoiler, maybe, but no matter how long you wait, they're not going to get through there, at least unless you go do something else first. So let's keep exploring the ruins. Okay, this looks like it's circling around to the same place as the other path. And yeah, they meet up here. Oh, there's a sign here. It seems we have a little riddle, saying there is a hidden cross shape to the south. And if you find the missing northern tip of the cross, the way will open. Alec, of course, has no idea what this means. It says there's a cross to the south. Let's try looking for it. But first, let's keep exploring over here. There's a bit of treasure. And some money. We are aiming for that 20,000 to get the Samurai Master, so every little bit helps. But yeah, I don't see anything that looks like it could be a cross shape on the map. It's maybe here? Nope. So that's just a wall. There was the spot right by the entrance here where it looks like there's something up there. Or perhaps the cross is the entrance itself. Yep, there it is. We have a fake wall. And here's the other side of that door. Here comes a devilfish. That's one of the octopus monsters. Yeah, the door does not open from this side either. So they could be going through, trying to get through there forever. Anyway, after resting up, let's check upstairs. Did that just go 2 floors? No. It's just an intermediate. So here we are up on top of the walls, again like in the first dungeon, which I don't think you can ever actually return to. We have a gargoyle joining the party. That looks a bit odd there, on the floor below. Oh, that's where the door is. And this goes nowhere. It's nice to confirm it anyway. And a Chimera is joining, and I really need to get Tina some better armor. Okay. She's saying it'd be so nice if this game had a system where weapons break if you use them too much. Alec pretends he didn't hear that. Oh, and here's another scene at the manor. Sounds like Lizard Armor is working out. He's asking her what she's up to. Oh dear, I think she's digging a hole. Yeah, it's like, why are you digging such a big hole in the garden? It's a waste to have such a big garden with no holes in it. She wants, on hot days, she wants to nap on stone by the water side. So she's digging a hole to make a pond. It's like, hold on, if you do that, she's going to get mad at me. If they find it, she's going to get mad at me. And of course, here she is, and she is mad. Of course, she finds him just as he's talking about it. Wizard Armor says, I just remembered something I need to take care of. She runs off and says, don't run away, take responsibility. Like, you're the monster tamer, it's your responsibility to take care of them. And to take responsibility, you're going to fill in this hole all by yourself with no help from your monsters. At least let me have her help. It's like, no, you're doing this on your own. Yeah, little scene, no real consequences, but it's kind of a character building moment. Yeah, and it seems the door confuses the map movement. I was trying to move up into the corner to do a little grinding. Anyway, let's keep looking upstairs. Yep, and there's another set of stairs here. I'm sure we already saw, but weren't on the map yet. And suddenly it's him. He's asking if the trap is ready. Yeah, she says yes, but we should continue on further instead of making these. So don't be stupid. We gotta get revenge on him, or I won't feel right until I get payback on them. You need to understand how I feel having the Duke scolding me. Yeah, but she got scolded along with him. No one understands how I feel. So I'm not going to forgive that Alec guy. She's saying, well, we have one path that didn't put any traps on, so we can make it back, but if I mention that, he's going to get really mad. Anyway. He wants to go and watch Alec fall in the traps. So apparently they're not here. They're just in the area. And apparently there are traps we need to watch out for. But there is one path that is not trapped. Of course, the question is where that is. Let's see if this sign says anything of use. This is a sign indicating the way back. Alec wonders what this is and what it means. Tina's wondering if that means we can cast through here. So, presumably this is the safe path, which they have helpfully marked for us. Yeah. Well, technically they marked it for their own use, but having it marked at all kind of defeats the purpose. And Gale's like, how did they get through that? It's like, you know, the super special secret trap, basically. It's like, well then, we'll have to fight them ourselves. There's a trap there. And there goes the trap. It's like, what? I heard something exploding. Maybe it's Roy and the others trying to break through the door? Well, whatever, let's keep going. So apparently their trap not only did not work, but backfired. But here's an interesting thing. Looks like a teleporter, and it now connects back to here. So we have a shortcut now. So I think that's as good a time as any to stop for now. This has been Arafeln playing Dungeon Breaker. Next time we'll continue exploring the ruins. Hope to see you then.